Hello. We back with another episode of R&R. I'm your host. It's Jamerson, Ballard. Back with another one, man. Here to wake your motherfucking game up because it's oh so necessary, man. Alright? Yeah, so this episode is being brought to you in part by Kicks, your street luxury shoe brand. It was developed by me, myself, and I. And you should check that out. I'll leave a link to that shoe. You can look at it online in the description bar. How's everybody been this week so far, man? I mean, it just started. But, last week was lightweight a doozy. And this weekend was even crazier. We got a lot of stuff to cover, man. I mean, some stuff that I didn't even get a chance to talk about last week. It probably jumped off right after I left. But let's get into it, man. All right. So this episode is entitled "Make Your Next Move Your Best Move," because you got to do that. It's gonna be some times when you got to take a couple steps back and take a step forward. All right. And that's necessary because, to be honest, you don't really like that and it don't seem like it's cool, but in order to get over a large chasm or a big gap, you would have to get a running start. So in order to do that, you would have to take a few steps back. But once you do it, you got to hit the ground running, and you want to make your next move your best move. Sometimes L's are strategic. There's a lot of stuff going on right now where it looks like distractions are happening in one area to get you to look this way when something is going on over here. All right, and as men and the leaders of our community, we got to stay ahead and stop playing catch up so that we can give our families the best chance. I mean, if you're a female and you're the head of your situation, this is for you too. I'm not trying to, put nobody off or keep nobody out. This is a show for all of those who want to stay up on things. And shout out to the Rant Gang and the Capital Letter Club, man. And I appreciate all of y'all who just now tuning in, who ain't never seen the show before and this your first time. Welcome, man. Do me a favor and activate that like button if you on any of the other platforms like YouTube or whatever when you see this, because the algorithm is necessary and we gonna put that to work. But yeah, man, it's like right now, we got the Israelis being attacked by the Palestinians, and I know in earlier this season, episode 12. I was asking, is World War III on the way? And I was listening to an old school vet, and he was saying that this is kind of how World War II jumped off in the same way. Because right now, as Americans, we're inadvertently in the war because we are so involved in helping the Ukraine deal with Russia. And what's happening, Dream? What's happening, man? Welcome. Listen, we are strong allies with Israel. And apparently, like 50 years ago to the day, on October 6th, Egypt and Syria pulled a surprise attack on Israel in much the same way they did this Saturday and caught them off guard, man, which is, like I said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, right? But when you see something going on, when the person you would be into it with is kind of being distracted or weakened, it's another, that's kind of your opportunity to get active, and that's what it looked like. Gaza has done. Plus, you just got to stay aware that these things come back around, man. If you don't know your past, you are doomed to what? Repeat it. So, we got to stay up on things like that, man, by understanding what your history is. So if you don't know your pops, you ain't never rocked with him, I would suggest you get with him, because, in our community, we don't really go back that far, 2, 3, 4 generations, because a lot of stuff, health-wise, if nothing else, can be used to benefit you. I mean, with them having things like diabetes and other things that crack off sometimes a little bit later in life, you might have written your OG off, but, if you're a grown-ass man, it's going to be kind of your job to make the relationship happen and stop waiting on somebody else to do it, man, because you grown. You know what I'm saying? I know you mad, you sad, you angry, but, like I said, man, you got to make your next move your best move, man. And sometimes in order for you to go forward, sometimes you got to go backwards. So check into that on a personal level. But as far as this country right now, it's not looking good, man. It's looking kind of grim. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing stuff about maybe taking all your money out the bank. If you Biden, you probably looking like yes, because that's also Trump is going for the Speaker of the House or something like that. So what's crazy is Trump might actually catch the presidency on the, even though he might wear crazy. I just had the longest pause. Look, please forgive me if you tuning into this live, right? Anyway, if Trump catch the House Representative slot, and I might be wrong when I say that, right? But if he catch that, if something was to happen to the president, right, from what I just heard, and they don't really want Kamala to do the thing, it goes right to him. So he could be, you got to be strategic about your moves, man. This is what the show is about today, right? Check it out. So we got the surprise attack out in Israel, man, and it's been gruesome. It's so much it's so many losses, man. It's like over 1,200 people then died in the casualties level on both sides. That's collectively, that's not 12 on each side, but it's like, that's a lot of lives being lost, man. In like 2 days, Israel hitting, Gaza hit back, Palestine hit back. And it's crazy, man. I really wish that, because to be honest, they brothers. If you look back, biblically, they've been fighting over this land and who was supposed to get it for so many years. It's like they don't even understand that they really brothers and cousins, and you know what I mean. So it's like if all difference could be put aside, it could be a lot that could happen as far as peace. It would, but with all this going on, it's way worse than something like the Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying? For us, for those of us to put it on that level so we can understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all are the same people pretty much with the exception of some of the religious belief. You know what I mean? At any rate, I really hate to hear that this is going on, but it's going to affect us. And I'm not exactly sure how much right away, but because Israel is an ally of America and we decide to jump in and because we kind of involved anyway, it's going to put us in a position where we, it's just so much. And then if, Lord forbid, somebody else decide to get activated like North Korea or, anything like that, not to give nobody no ideas, but it's just like it's World War III all over. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to drive up the cost of things, and it's going to be harder for things to happen. People going to get deployed. You know what I mean? And if you've been comfortable and chilling and sitting on and washing planes and serving plates and doing all this, you're going to have to get activated, man. So, I'm hoping that kind of shit don't happen. But we in the heartland have to be aware that we got the number 3 situation right here by us, and they not finna come hit on the land. They finna shoot something directly at DC and other places, And it's just like, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man. You know what I mean? You got to come up with a war plan. So you got to make your next move your best move on that level, right? Biden, in local news, Biden trying to act like he about to get the borders tightened up, which ain't going to happen no time soon, even if he talking about the funds have been allocated and he got to do something with them since Trump was in office. But Brendan let 1 million plus illegals in with IDs and job identification so that they can vote. You know why? Because we ain't fucking with them. And they want to replace us as the Democratic voter base. That's what that's about. 29 was happening. So, you know, politically, you got to be aware of what's going on. Like Tariq said, they ain't giving out no tangibles. We're not fucking with them. We got to stick together and stay on code with this, because, you know, like they know that we ain't falling for the okie doke no more, and they trying to pull it. They sending all the immigrants to urban areas where the large foundational Black American communities are, like Chicago and things like that. And the Chicago ain't having it. New York, they ain't trying to have it. Places in Texas, they overwhelmed. I mean, it's funny to see a Hispanic dude who may or may not have gotten here illegally himself at some point, or his parents came in and he an anchor baby, arguing on the news about how they got the least amount of, you know, resources to spread around in the people they already have. I mean, we got people that's out here homeless and jobless already, you know, with places like LA where it's the homelessness is crazy. It's starting to get a little bit crazy out here. It's so wild to drive through a place and see people just camping, like right there on the street. Like they don't have no shame with the homelessness. Like their whole crib rolling down the street loose. The cart then got loose. It's in the street. It's causing traffic problems. It's being blown by the wind. The dog on the leash. I'm just trying to get to work. Sir, please. I really don't feel your plight as much because I'm trying to keep myself from being out here on the street with us, and I had to shoot one up to the Lord like, thank you, Lord, for blessing me not to be in that predicament right now. Because it can happen to any of us. I mean, especially if you live in check to check. You miss a check, you miss a rent payment 2 times, you out of there. If you ain't got no parents to have your back, or you ain't got nowhere to go, you know, you the oldest, or they, you know, your OGs in past, or it's over. It's over. If you ain't got no credit in the banks, it's looking like they probably about to be on some, what? So we got to tighten up. I'm mad I spent way over the amount I allocated to spend on something to eat before the show, man. But vegan food ain't cheap. It's just vegetables, but it's not for the broke. And that's crazy because it's vegetables. But the meat game is so wild right now, man, I can't even see it. I'm scared. And it got me scared, man. Even the vegetables is out of there, man. They putting stuff on it that is being printed, is fake, is got pesticides all over. It's so wild, man. I'm scared to eat out as it is. If I do eat some meat, it's definitely gonna be on the bone. And I'm just, man, unless you grow your own food, it's crazy, man. But anyway, so Biden flooded the borders with so many immigrants, they trying to offset the numbers so that it don't matter if we don't vote for them. Just understand that that's what's going on. Don't be silly. Know that they trying to cover their own bases. And you know, the OG, he super old, but he ain't done. I mean, he been doing criminalistic shit. He got his son doing it too. And every time he do something wild to get caught up, he hit Trump with another charge. And again, I'm not no Trump supporter altogether. But whenever a Republican is in office, I notice there's a lot more money sliding through the system, man. And it's just like, I don't think they want somebody like Trump in it because he's not going to support this New World Order situation they coming with, man. I went to Whole Foods again. I seen the hand scanner again. It's like, I'm not trying to be a paranoia or, you know, put on the tinfoil koofy like that, but it's definitely headed towards something that, I mean, if you into your Bible, it's telling you one world order, all one unit of money, mark of the beast. So we got to tighten up, man. On local, and again in local news, and not local like here, but local is, in America, we had a mass shooting in Morgan University out in Baltimore, and they still ain't found out who the shooter was. This is a major city with a HBCU that's had a mass shooting. I don't think nobody was killed, but it was several kids that were shot, and they still don't know who did it with the cameras everywhere. That's weird. That's weird, but they got some white woman out in Connecticut police station and shot in the police station, and all she got was tased. Meanwhile, in Decatur, it was a man, and rest in peace to the man, and shout out to his family. He was shot in his front yard because the repo man came to get his car. I think the man had a gun on him when the repo man came, but it come to find out the man paid his bills up. He ain't even supposed to be on the list to be repoed. It was a mistake. The repo man went and called the police, came back a few hours later with the boys. The policeman told him stop, freeze, and in less than 2 seconds, I mean, the man didn't even have time to comply. He fired 18 shots at him. The man dead in his own front yard, pretty much. And the repo man pulled off with the man's car. They ain't even pronounced him dead all the way. And that's just, I mean, it's a little bit more to it than just business as usual trying to handle your job, especially when there's a mistake, man. They definitely need to get some lawyers involved and have this happen, man, because that's not cool, man. I hope to God, bro, has some type of life insurance policy, man. And again, you got to make your next move your best move, sir. If you are the head of your household, it will behoove you to have some type of life insurance policy. And you ain't got to tell nobody about it. It ain't got to be a meal, but it needs to be enough to where if somebody had to put you down in the ground unexpectedly, because I think if you get an accidental death, it's going to pay you out more. We do not, as a black community, have to be huddled up under Benjamin Crump or somebody trying to kiss the police ass to get some kind of check. When it's like, fuck they check, I want somebody locked up. Bro, need to be in prison. That's not cool. That's execution style murder. Bro, couldn't wait to shoot a black man look like. I mean, get out on the ground, freeze. Bah, 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 bah. What did you can I put the gun? Can I get down? Is it? I already don't trust the police. I understand that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So and I'm pretty sure, bruh, his camera probably wasn't on, but what he wasn't counting on was a lot of people in the neighborhood had Ring cameras pointed at the situation. And so he don't leave without pay, I don't think, but he needs to be in jail. How can you even argue that you was scared for your life? You know what I'm saying? On a lighter note, which is not necessarily funny, a Detroit couple then drove out to Oregon. Michigan couple. I don't know if they're from Detroit. When I hear Michigan, I think Detroit automatically. They white, so it's a possibility they weren't from Michigan. But let me tell you, it's rough in the D. And if they drove from the D to Oregon, Portlandia ass Oregon, hipster, handlebar mustache, flannel wearing, cloudy weathered Oregon, and got turned out. I mean, we never coming back. What is happening in Oregon? Oregon, out in Oregon, they done made all the dope, legal out there. I met some lady from Oregon out here. She worked in a grocery store that I frequent. And she was just like, it's bad. Ain't nobody got their Cadillac converters out there. You definitely better have a garage or something, because they stealing your Cadillac converters. It's over for you. You understand what I'm saying? You know what a catalytic converter is? Catalytic converter. I mean, it's got platinum in it. The dope heads is taking them straight to the metal recycling plant. That's at least $250, depending on what kind of car it is, probably. And I could be wrong, but they finna get high. They getting high. They getting so high. It was a part, I think, over the last couple. It might have been this morning. They say 8 people overdosed at the same time. It's a record. It's the most people that died on one car. I mean, they got Narcan everywhere. They trying to revive people. 8 people overdosed. There's got to be some fentanyl involved. And it's just, why are there still more dope heads? Who is shooting dope in their arm? I'm watching, what is that? The spinoff of the show on Stars with Tommy. Somebody help me out. I forget the name of the show, man. They in Chicago. Anyway, one of the characters, the brothers in CBI, he on dope. He done stole his girlfriend's necklace, and he getting high. Why are there new dope addicts when they know what it's gonna do? Yes, it feel good. Stop it. Stop that shit, man. Because it should not be more heroin addicts. I mean, we don't really have a lot of that. And if they hiding it good, because I don't see a lot of heroin addicts. I mean, it's dope things. It's a lot of crystal meth out here, right? But if they shooting dope, they probably shooting in between their toes and they're keeping it a secret and it's not being seen as much. But it's some cities where it's bad and everybody look like zombies, for real zombies. They also had this national test being done. I think this was late last week, and I definitely tried to have my phone off. Man, the phone caught me at 1:20. I'm on the phone, trying to get off the phone and turn my phone off. I'm still at work. I was trying to debate, should I take the day off, keep my phone off? I'm paranoid. I mean, I didn't turn into nothing. So, I mean, we still good, but it was just like, what? The conspiracy theory brothers had me paranoid as a motherfucker, boy. It was crazy. But yeah, they ran a national test with everybody's phone went off at the same time in different area codes, and it's like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be something on the horizon, bro. But like I said, man, if you're not one of those brothers who read you might want to get into your Bible, man. Holla at Revelations to see what the next steps is, because the Bible ain't missed yet. I'm not even the most church going this brother, but I definitely love God and I be in that word, and I gotta brush up on it myself to keep myself abreast of what the play might be and what's next, because it's looking spooky as fuck out there. And yeah, it's October, but it ain't necessarily Halloween. Anyway, man, on a celebrity tip, right? We got niggas like Drake, who I guess just dropped something, and I don't fuck with Drake at all. I don't fuck with Drake. I don't know when he dropping shit. I don't give a fuck, right? I am definitely more of a purist when it comes to certain shit, as far as like hip hop, if that's what you could call it, because I mean, you know, all that rapping and shit, I don't want to hear all that shit. When I was young, yeah, you could say a lot of cool words, but right now for me, it's about that action, bro. And if you ain't did none of that shit, I don't want to hear shit you got to say. And I know Drake is a very popular artist with some of the young people, but when I heard the nigga was being ghostwritten for that shit, he lost me. I don't give a fuck what show he played on. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. I only like motherfuckers who, I mean, you gotta be living what you writing, but you definitely writing your own shit, okay? R&B, that's a whole other genre. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Joe Budden is talking shit about Drake's new project, and my thing is, I mean, because it's getting kind of serious, I think Birdman even jumped in and talking about he about to drop somebody for talking him up. Joe Budden and Drewski better stop talking about Drake, man. Birdman, you know what I'm saying? He might put that on your ass, and that ain't really something you want, I don't guess, man. Listen. I know I don't fuck with Drake, but Budden, I guess because his platform, and you know, shitted on Drake's little new project, talking about it's just for kids and shit. My thing is, if I'm Drake, why the fuck do you give a fuck about what this washed up ass nigga got to say about your shit? Huh? Why do you give a fuck? Let that nigga hate, man. Let him hate. And this ain't necessarily no advice to Drake. I can't get a nigga no advice. I'm just saying, if you a real nigga, why would you give a fuck about what a buster got to say about your shit? If it's what you intended for it to be. Yeah, it's for the kids. That's who buying this shit. That's what he did it for. If that's what you did it for, then fuck it. Who is this nigga? He is a failed artist, like you said, bro, and he ain't got shit to do but talk. He about to talk 2 hours about what you got going on, staying up late trying to figure out if your album dropped and shit, and you mad because he didn't like your album. Fuck what that nigga talking about, bro. Let that nigga talk. And if motherfuckers buy that shit more and listen to it more because of what he's saying, and then, you know, more power to you. Even if they don't like the stream, they still streaming it, right? That's my thing, man. That's just, you know, whatever. Also, we got motherfucking Sexy Red, who had a sex tape leak out, and that shit, I caught some of it, man. I wasn't impressed with the sex tape. It definitely looked like some homemade shit, and it probably wasn't on purpose. This bitch got on the motherfucking bonnet while she ain't got nobody. I was not impressed. But I mean, you know, again, she said she got hacked. Who give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? She on her back getting blamed by some nigga. He happy than the motherfucker. He fucking her country ass. And hey, more power to him. If this turn into something else, in that kind of, in that level, in that life, all publicity is good publicity. So, you know, she mad at the young niggas talking about her pussy ain't pink. You dumb niggas, no, it ain't pink on the outside. Nigga, she was mad. Like, you niggas ain't had no pussy. No, my pussy ain't pink on the outside. Yeah, no, it's not on the outside, dumbass niggas. It's not. It's on the inside. And when you get you some, you'll see. Okay? Okay. Now, as far as hip-hop concerned, we got Big Bro Tariq Nasheed dropping a motherfucking documentary about the truth. And I love it. These motherfucking Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans mad than the motherfucker. And they nervous as fuck. And I can't wait till that shit come out. Because the nigga dropped the motherfucking trailer to the shit. And he got everybody mad. Guess who don't give a fuck? Me. I don't give a fuck. I'm glad. Fuck them. Fuck them. Because they need to stop lying and shit. That shit ain't cool. What the fuck is you lying for? They saying this because the Olympics is about to have like some break dancing or some shit, and they trying to co-opt our shit like they did with every other genre of music that we've ever came out with, whether it be fucking blues, jazz, country, rock and roll. They on their way to try to steal hip hop, man, and he like, nah, fuck that. We finna let them know that no Jamaican toast music ain't had shit to do with no fucking hip hop. Get the fuck out of here, you jerk chicken eat. Listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but who the fuck told y'all that y'all had something to do with that shit? And these motherfuckers just lying and shit, and they running with the lie. Motherfucking Fat Joe big ass out here lying like a motherfucker, telling everybody that Puerto Ricans got 50. Cut that shit the fuck out. Cut it out, man. Stop that shit. Who the fuck give a fuck? Your ass ain't had shit to do with hip hop. Motherfuckers racist in the motherfucker. They couldn't even come to none of them parties, man, unless niggas let them. And any of the Puerto Ricans and Hispanics that was there saying, yeah, it was the blacks. Yeah, you was some of the first people to be influenced by the shit, because y'all right there. But any of you other motherfuckers, whether it be China, Mac, them, New York, it's a New York culture. Motherfuckers, shut the fuck up. Stop that shit. I mean this with all due respect, but y'all ain't invented shit. Just let that shit be, man. Tariq, hit him with the motherfucking documentary, bro. I appreciate you keeping it real with us, man, because these motherfuckers will run with that shit if we let them. And I ain't old enough to put the shit together like that, so we thank you, bro. I appreciate that shit. And with that being said, we going to go on to a segment of the show I like to call Don't Be a Weirdo, right? Because a lot of this shit is weird. It's a lot of weird. And some of you motherfuckers is trying to make that shit normal, and I ain't cool with that shit. That's what the segment of the show is about. Because I see your motherfucking ass. And today, we got a motherfucking principal, assistant principal, out of VR Eden High School in Hazlet, Texas. This nigga was arrested for continuous abuse of a child under the age of 14. Now, you are a vice principal at a fucking high school with everybody 14. How the fuck did this nigga get this job? What kind of background checks they running on niggas, man? And I looked at the nigga Instagram or whatever the fuck it was. He looked like a weirdo. He really do, man. He looked like he say he a father and all this other shit, a husband, but you like to fuck kids? Man, you got a wife. Why are you not fucking her? Whatever. It said that the kid he fucking on ain't a student at the school he teaching at. But they definitely arrested this motherfucking ass. And his name is Mose Brown. Nigga, 45 years old. Mose, you are our weirdo of the week. And if you out there fucking kids, cut that shit the fuck out, because they got something for your ass when you get locked up, boy. I promise you they do. And as much as they talk bad about us as Foundation of Black American Men, we are the ones putting it down when we get in that motherfucker. Hey, it's gonna be a, you better bring a lunch, nigga, and don't go take no showers, because it's over for your ass, boy. It don't even matter. They own you. They want to see the paperwork. They own you. You a chomo. It's bad. But bro, been a principal at the school since July 2020, and it's coming out, man. What goes on in the dark will come to the light. So, you know, if you out there fucking with kids and shit, man, cut that shit out, because it's niggas like me who don't like that shit. We not fucking with that, man. And you not finna get off light. The next segment I like to call Who Got Active. We got none other than Simone Biles out there fucking y'all up with her motherfucking accolades and shit, bro. She doing her motherfucking thing. Congratulations to her for representing like she did, man. I mean, she completed the Uchinko double pike vault. Is that how you pronounce that shit? The Uchinko double pike vault is a feat that's never been accomplished by a woman on an international stage. And it's like one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult, women's gymnastics situation. It's got a difficulty level of a score of like 6.4. And she did that shit, man. She also has 8 titles, 6 championship appearances. She got 5 skills named after her, and a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Hello, what the fuck did you do today, lady? Huh? What you got going on? It's making it bad for, I don't know what the fuck her husband doing. I mean, you better eat that. You better hit that strong ass box, boy. That gymnastics box, boy. I know them cheeks is firm. All that running and jumping and shit, boy. Anyway, congratulations to her, man. She's definitely making it hard for these hoes who ain't trying to do shit. And, I mean, you got to be strong as hell to be a gymnast. It's just, I was talking to somebody today. He was like, yeah, man, I seen dude was making fun of some nigga that was a gymnast. But, you know, you see them rings and shit to be, you know, and flipping and shit. You definitely got to be able to hold your own body weight. You got to be strong as fuck. And, like I said, man, congratulations to her, man. She is the our active member of the week, man. So, on to the next segment I like to call Now Flowers. And on today's Now Flowers, we got to get these to a OG who's been in on several shows, and I mean, I'm seeing him on a lot in a lot of spaces where he's giving his commentary on a lot of shit as far as the law is concerned, and you know, whatever. But Judge Joe Brown, I got to give Judge Joe Brown his Now Flowers, man. He up there, but he is somebody who, I mean, now let's run down a list of some of the shit that he's done, man, because it's like, bro had a bachelor's degree in political science that he got a law degree also in the same thing from the University of California. First Foundation Black America prosecutor in Memphis. And the thing that, I mean, we all know him for the show, right? And I mean, you know, I think he's been arrested for some, but I mean, fuck all that, man. Bro represented a 15-year-old on death row 23 minutes before he was scheduled to be executed for supposedly murdering 3 people. The little nigga was in 7th grade, bro. With an all-white jury and got him off. Hello? That's like goat shit right there. Now, the little nigga eventually got killed by somebody. I mean, 3 people got killed. I don't know how he got killed. But he got the boy off. I mean, that eventually led to some other shit, which probably led to the show. I think they gave him a pile of money. He dedicated a lot of that money to the family of the dude because he said it cost him about $60,000 to represent the little dude out of his own pocket. So that's the kind of motherfucker you want leading shit. But, I mean, you know, these individuals are few and far between. We had an amazing law mime, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but you know, he represented O.J. Simpson and got him off. I'm still drawing a blank. Oh, I wish I had him right in my, oh my God. It's this right there. It'll probably come to me a little bit later, but I mean, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. And on today's episode of Wake the Fuck Up, right? I'm still trying to think of the lawyer name, man. It's right there, bro. It's right there. Anyway, on Wake the Fuck Up, right? I got an artist out of the Bay Area that has been, you know, we all know and love her. I don't know how many of y'all really fuck with her, but her name is Guapale, right? And Guapale has a song called Closer to My Dreams that a lot of us fuck with. I mean, she's a beautiful songstress. I mean, she does her thing, very original, which is something I don't see a lot. Oh, man, I almost had his name again. But she got a new cut out right now. It's called Purple. And I fuck with it, man. I fuck with it. I'm not one of those people that ride around on R&B all the time, but when you got something, you got something, and I'm not scared to let you know that that's something I fuck with. I mean, you know, as a real one, I do have to, you know, keep it balanced. And Guapale is definitely somebody that I'm not ashamed to slap or hit it to. And yeah, if y'all know anything about that, man, go check that out. If you don't, man, I'm going to leave a link to it in my Facebook. If you know, I mean, it's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms. I mean, I don't fuck with X or, you know, Threads or any of that. I'm still trying to think of his name. Matter of fact, bro, I'm about to try to look it up right quick. Let me see. Lawyer. Got OJ off. Johnny Cochran, man. Man, we need more of him, bro. But anyway, yeah. Guapale, Purple. Check that out. That's pretty much been it for today's episode of R&R. Again, it's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms. My Cash App is $SuperStee. That's SuperStee. Check me out on that, man. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all have an amazing week, and I will see